Do not adjust your television set.
Hi, this is Seth.
And this is Kyle.
And we're going to be working on my '94 Ford Explorer today on trucks. What are you working on today?
Well, today I'm going to be explaining four-wheel drive, its uses, and also why we use them.
And today I'm going to be examining spark plugs, how to change them, and what it means for your engine. So stay tuned for these commercial breaks.
Give your high-mileage engine what it wants. Switch to high-mileage vehicle motor oil from Pennzoil. It's for engines with over 75,000 miles.
Hey, welcome back to Trucks with Seth. Today, we're going to start off by examining spark plugs, how to change them, and what they mean for your engine. This is an ordinary spark plug from my '94 Ford Explorer. As you can see, it's made up of several parts. Why don't you walk over here and we'll examine them. Here's my epic masterpiece drawing of this spark plug. As you can see, a spark plug is made up of several parts. The most important to your engine are the two electrodes down here, which discharge a spark which then ignites the fuel air mixture inside your cylinder. It started up here from the distributor, which leads a wire down to the cap. Now, the entire spark plug body is made up of metal on the bottom with a ceramic conductor on top, which helps to keep the electricity from discharging before it reaches the cylinder. So let's go check them out in the engine. You may be wondering, why do we have to change these little plugs in our engine? Shouldn't they last the entire life of the car? And the answer is no. In fact, the spark plugs, as they ignite the fuel mixture in your cylinder, go through a tremendous amount of change. It's important to change these because they increase your fuel efficiency. See, every time your cylinder misfires because of a faulty spark plug, you end up with more exhaust and an improper use of fuel, which can seriously deduct your fuel costs. Secondly, they improve your cold starting. If you're starting off with a cold engine, it's a whole lot easier to start with a clean spark plug. And lastly, a new spark plug will reduce the risk of harming your catalytic converter in your muffler by reducing the amount of emissions that come out of your engine. So let's take a look inside. So here's how we're going to change these spark plugs. First of all, you're going to need a spark plug size socket wrench. You can usually buy it for cheap. So you're going to need one of those. Second of all, you're going to need a whole new set of spark plugs for your engine. Usually in the store, there's a book detailing what size spark plug you need for your engine. Here I have a 6-cylinder engine, so I'm going to need 6 spark plugs. I should hope so. Next, of course, you're going to need a spark plug gapping gauge. These are fun. I bought this at Walmart yesterday for $1.27. Makes a good keychain. What you're going to do with this, you're going to learn later on. Last, of course, you're going to want a nice little rag to clean up after yourself. So, let's go. So after you remove the distributor cap from the top of the spark plug, you're going to insert the socket wrench onto the spark plug. Using a reverse motion, simply take it out. Now, of course, this is way more difficult than it may look. The spark plugs are usually in a very tight space, and you're going to have a lot of fun trying to get them out. After you've loosened them up, it's probably going to be easier to take them out by hand. What did I just drop?
You dropped the remote into the engine. And you just dropped it.
Love them. You going to record me doing this entire thing?
Yeah,
Okay. Play some AC/DC right here.
Hold up, Rosie!
Okay, here we go. We have our spark plug out. Now, it looks a little dirty, but actually, it's pretty clean for being in the engine quite a while. So, once we pull the spark plug out of the engine, it can be important to determine what's been happening inside your engine, and this is a perfect window to that. A perfect spark plug that comes out of an engine, barely used, should be light tan on the top of the electrode. It also should be fairly worn, with a little bit of white on the top electrode. This usually means that your spark plug has been going through normal wear and there's nothing wrong with the inside of your engine. Now, of course, bad things can happen. For example, a carbon or fuel-foul spark plug, which has a fine layer of carbon from the spark plug igniting the fuel inside your engine a bit too quickly. An oil-fouled spark plug will be covered in oil, and that is a bad thing, because that usually means you're leaking oil inside your block. A damaged plug, or detonation, can result from many things. Detonation means that the spark plug is firing too soon and the oil mixture, oil, fuel, whatever's inside your engine is exploding and doing very bad damage to your spark plug. Physical damage can result from, well, you don't even want to go with physical damage. That means something's really wrong with your engine. So now, we're going to put the spark plugs, the new ones, back in the engine. Remember to always work on a cold engine, because a hot engine just sucks. So anyways, here's where this gapping gauge comes in handy. In order to put the right spark plug back in your engine, you're going to need to make sure that the gap between the two electrodes is right for your engine. Usually that information can be found in the manual or right here in your engine compartment. Here it is on my Explorer. It says that the gap between the electrodes should be 0.052 to 0.056 millimeters. So here on the gapping gauge, we could find that it's about right there. The gapping gauge is beveled and increases the size so that you can slide your electrodes in and slide up to see how big it is. Here, I'm dead on with about 0.053. That's perfect. So we're going to go ahead and put this back in. Okay, now we have the new spark plug put in the cylinder. I'm going to hand tighten it first, and then I'm going to go in with a wrench. When all is said and done, I'm going to pop the distributor cap back on the spark plug. If you correctly put in the spark plug and it's good for your engine, you should have no problem with fresh startings in the future. This is Seth's Portion of Trucks, out.